All right, my darlings, so today we are going to be creating a portrait, a self-portrait. So that's a picture of you. And this self-portrait is going to have an illusion. And that illusion is the illusion of space. When you create the illusion of space, you have done this if you've had me as a teacher before, you have to use some tricks to show what is close to you and what is farther away. So for in this portrait, it appears that these hands and feet are close to us. They're biggest, they're detailed, and then it looks like the face is a little bit farther away, a little bit less detailed, and the body, very few details, small, giving the appearance that this person, which is me, is falling downward or being sucked backward. So you are going to be creating something like this today. The background is of your choosing, so you can decide how you want your background to look. This one is me falling into a donut. I don't know why. This one is, what in the world is it? Oh, that is me falling on my back onto a trampoline. I've seen kids come up with really amazing things, maybe getting sucked into outer space. I don't know, falling into a giant bowl of pudding. So I'm going to go through the steps of this project with you so you can get started. Step one is one of those fun things that you maybe haven't done for a while, and that is trace your hands. Yup, trace your hands, and you're going to trace them somewhere in the middle of your paper. So I am going to trace my hand here. This is middle-ish. It's a little closer to the top. Maybe I'll move it right there. I'm going to trace around this hand like this. Okay. And then I'm going to round my hand off here. Okay. All right. And I'm going to trace this hand. This is going to be challenging. You can decide at what angle you want your hand. If you can't trace with your non-dominant hand, ask a friend. Or just do your best, because it's kind of fun. I'm struggling a little right now, but I'm doing okay. All right, hold on. Whoops. Oh, come on. There we go. And you can always kind of refine it. If there's like a bump or something weird that you left, you can fix that later. So now I'm going to round this one off. So this trick is actually called foreshortening. It's going to give the illusion that you are falling, but the trick is actually called foreshortened. So your limbs, your arms and legs will be foreshortened. They will appear to be shorter than they are. I had to take my shoe off for this, but you don't have to. You can just trace this on the ground. You're going to trace part of your shoe. You don't have to fit the whole thing on there. That'd probably be impossible. And you're going to trace that going off the paper. So I'm going to trace, and you decide what angle are they going to be. I'm going to just make mine straight on. Trace half of my shoe. All right, there's one. And, oh, crumbs. I'm going to have two of the same foot. Because I didn't take off both of my shoes. This is why you could just leave your shoes on and put your paper on the ground to do this. Now I have two of the same foot. It's going to look goofy. That's okay. I don't mind a little goofiness. If you want to, ooh, gross. You want to make the details of your hands, see how those little wrinkly lines there? You want those to really show on your portrait, and you want the details of your shoes to show as well. So you're going to take some time later to detail out what your hands look like, all those little lines that show that your hands can bend, and you got all those fun little things going on. And the shoes, that's going to be, gosh, I might even have to use a ruler for that, and you know how I feel about rulers. Not very exciting for me. You'll detail out those later. Okay, oval head near the top. So I'm going to take this down here. I'm going to make my ovally head. It's going to be quite large, and I might need to actually, like, my hands might overlap my face a little bit. If you have something on the top of your head like I usually do, which is a little bun, or if you have hair that is tall, you want to save some room at the top. So I'm going to make my oval head. Oh, my hands are in the way. That's okay. Okay, so now I have the structure of this kind of setup. After this is the tricky part. Are you ready? Okay, you're going to make yourself a neck. Got it. You're going to make shoulders, and they're going to kind of most likely hide behind your hands. So my shoulder's gonna go here and here. It's gonna be like my body's really, really small, because that is the illusion of space. These things are closer. This is far away. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a shirt neckline. Okay, hang with me now, people. This part gets tricky. My arm is hidden behind this big hand here because it appears that I'm going like whoop. So my arms are kind of hidden, but I will have legs and maybe a little arm that shows. If you can't get this part figured out, I can help. So I'm gonna have there's my armpit right there. And I'm gonna have another one like here. And my shirt's gonna come down. It's gonna look really small. So there's just a basic t-shirt-ish shape. My legs are going to come like, and they're gonna connect right to my foot. Most of my legs are hiding. Then they're going to come up and like that. So it appears that my legs are falling backwards, and a lot of the leg and a lot of the arm is hidden back here. After you get this basic shape done, give yourself a pat on the back, because that's the tricky part, is setting it up. A little bit easier part is going forward with the details of your hands. That's actually quite fun. Oops, that hand, what? That hand's over there. So I would put, okay, I've got this ring here, and I've got all these little wrinkles here, and then I would look at the bottom of my shoe and get a ruler, unfortunately, and map out that. And then your face, your beautiful, lovely, wonderful face. When you make your face, you can make your eyes right in the middle. So I'm going to just give myself a guideline, because all this up here is saved for hair. So I'm not going to do any detailing up there. That's all going to be hair. Even if you have very short like bangs or anything like that, that's all going to be up there. Your portrait can be realistic. Like, okay, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to try to make my portrait as realistic as I can. And I'm going to give myself the, or if you want it to be more cartoony, you can. Here's an easy way to make a nose. Tree trunk, bump, bump, bump. But if that kind of nose stresses you out, which sometimes it does for my students, make a stylized nose. A stylized nose is more like, you know, any kind you want. You could have a little bump for a nose. You could have this kind of nose. It's really up to you. And I don't want you to feel frustrated by noses or the details of your face. If you want to be more of a cartoony person, be more cartoony. If you want to be more of a stylized, like, anime kind of face, go for that. If you want to be more of a realistic face, really focus on that mirror and try to detail out your face so it's very accurate, please do that. It's your choice. Please do this first. Hands, feet, body, oval, and then detail out those feet and those hands for sure. And we can talk more about portraits in the future.